For years, placing a thick layer of cache memory on top of a processor acted like a thermal blanket. It trapped heat against the logic cores, forcing engineers to aggressively limit clock speeds. The Ryzen 7 9800X3D solves this physical limit. This diagram shows the exact structural change. AMD flipped the design, moving the 3D V-cache beneath the primary compute logic. By migrating that insulative layer to the bottom, the heat-generating compute cores sit flush against your cooler. The thermal blanket is gone. That direct thermal contact lets the chip safely sustain 5.2 GHz. You no longer have to sacrifice multi-threaded productivity tasks like video editing and heavy compiling just to get top-tier gaming frame rates. We finally have a processor that handles both heavy workloads and high-end gaming without compromise. But that raw capability introduces a completely different problem when it comes time to actually allocate your build budget. At standard resolutions like 1080p and 1440p, this chip processes data so fast that it effectively removes the processor as the system bottleneck. Because the CPU is constantly waiting on the graphics card to catch up, your overall frame rate is now almost entirely dictated by the GPU you choose to install. This is where builders make a costly mistake. They buy a premium, enthusiast-class processor and assume they have to match it with top-tier motherboards and hyper-expensive memory to make it work. Looking at this chart plotting cost against actual performance impact, you can see why that logic fails. Dropping $400 on an over-engineered motherboard pushes your build into the high-cost zone while generating zero additional frames. To get the most performance out of your total budget, you have to actively avoid the enthusiast tax and scrutinize what every dollar actually buys you. The first trap to avoid actually comes from AMD's own product stack, with the release of the slightly more expensive Ryzen 7 9850X3D. Physically, these two processors are identical. The 9850X3D uses silicon wafers validated at the factory to hit slightly higher theoretical clock speeds. Comparing real-world output, paying extra for the higher-tier chip yields a microscopic 2 to 4% increase in frame rates. But that tiny bump requires the 9850X3D to pull 25% more power, running 10 degrees hotter under load. You can easily erase that initial performance gap in the motherboard BIOS. Because the base 9800X3D is fully unlocked, applying a simple 200 MHz offset via Precision Boost Overdrive matches the higher-tier chip speeds exactly. Paying extra money for worse power efficiency and higher thermal output makes no financial sense. The $479 base model is the clear, definitive value choice. Once you have the CPU, intense marketing pressure will try to push you toward premium X870 or X870E motherboards. Those extreme boards are built with massive, heavily heat-sinked power delivery systems. They are engineered specifically for competitive extreme overclockers, pouring liquid nitrogen onto their hardware to set world records. The 9800X3D operates strictly inside a highly efficient 120-watt power envelope. It barely stresses standard electrical components. A high-quality B650 motherboard will deliver the exact same computational performance for this specific processor as a $400 flagship model. A budget-conscious board still gives you everything you need to run the system smoothly. Includes modern Wi-Fi, plenty of USB ports, and multiple M.2 slots for storage. Spending hundreds of dollars on power delivery you will never use eats directly into your graphics card budget. System memory is another area where builders tend to overspend, usually because timing subvalues and frequency numbers get confusing quickly. For this exact architecture, the math is straightforward. Buy a DDR5 kit running at exactly 6,000 megatransfers per second, with a CAS latency of 30. This flowchart visualizes the data pipeline. While memory running at 6,000 syncs perfectly with the processor in a 1-to-1 ratio, paying more for 7200 speed RAM forces the system into a desynchronized 2-to-1 ratio, which actively introduces lag. Plus, the processor has an enormous 96 megabyte cache pool physically sitting on the die. It rarely needs to query the main system RAM anyway, which neatly covers up any minor latency issues. That leaves cooling. Because the inverted die design transfers heat directly to the heat spreader, you no longer need an exotic liquid cooling setup to prevent throttling. A high-quality dual-tower air cooler is incredibly cost-effective and completely sufficient to handle full loads. A 360mm liquid cooler looks fantastic, but from a purely functional standpoint, it is an optional luxury. Sticking to the 6,000 speed RAM sweet spot and a reliable air cooler creates an incredibly stable platform while keeping hundreds of dollars in your pocket. When you push your games up to 4K resolution, the system workload completely changes. The burden of generating the image shifts away from logic calculation and falls almost entirely onto the graphics processor. Because the GPU is working so hard to render pixels, it limits the total frames produced. At 4K, the average frame rate differences between all modern high-end CPUs compress so tightly they look nearly identical. But average frame rates hide the processor's true value. During a massive physics calculation or a sudden camera pan through a dense open world, standard CPUs stall, causing a severe drop in frames. The massive cache on the 9800X3D prevents those dips, drastically improving your 1% lows. At maximum visual settings, you aren't paying for higher average numbers on a spreadsheet. You are paying to eliminate stuttering and guarantee a perfectly smooth, consistent response. So, how should you actually map out your parts list? Looking at this capability map, the target audience is perfectly clear: high-end gamers and hybrid content creators who want a foundation with absolutely zero bottlenecks. The most efficient way to achieve that is to pair the 9800X3D with a solid B650 motherboard and 32 gigabytes of DDR5 6000. Take all the money you saved on those specific parts and pour it directly into an RTX 5080 or 5090. However, if you run a 24/7 dedicated rendering farm, forfeit the gaming dominance. You need a dedicated workstation chip with 16 or 24 cores to chew through those massive workloads faster. Similarly, if you are building a budget system with an entry-level graphics card, spending this much on a CPU is a mistake. The GPU will tap out long before the processor breaks a sweat. For the enthusiast market, the Ryzen 7 9800X3D is the absolute peak of consumer desktop processing. The smartest strategy is to buy the right basics, protect your graphics budget, and get out of its way.